What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Ojeleye, Oja Brick, Oja Blow, all the nicknames we had given him over the years, has now signed with the Milwaukee Bucks. He's no longer going to be on the Celtics. Now, I think a lot of Celtics fans, including myself, can admit he caught a little bit more flack than he probably deserved. So today we're going to watch his highlights. We're going to, think back about the good about Ojeleye, and then I'm going to kind of give you my take on how this all relates to the Celtics and what my true feelings, if I were to just say, let's close the chapter of Ojeleye in Boston, let's close that chapter of this book, and let me just give you my summary of Ojeleye. I'm going to do that at the end of the video. So let's jump into his highlights from his career. 24-point night, 6 rebounds this past season against the Raptors. I figured if we were going to make it a good, positive video, let's look at one of his best games rather than just picking and choosing highlights from his time here in Boston. Before we get to the Ojeleye highlights, you guys already know I'm going to ask you to pay the toll. You don't get highlights without hitting that subscribe button. That's cheaper than some of the tolls around here. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and then comment down below. Honestly, now that the Ojeleye time in Boston is over, what were your honest thoughts on him? Because like I said, I think he caught a lot more flack than he probably deserved, and I'm going to get into that at the end of the video, but I want to know your comments as well. Semi. How did I know we were going to start this off with a corner three? Seems like that was just something that he wanted into his repertoire. He wanted to put that in there so badly. He would do anything to try and hit a corner three. What I will say, I think that's a good pickup for the Bucks now that he signed with them. They lost PJ Tucker to the Heat. Ojeleye is almost a younger version of him. A defensive, strong, corner three guy. Wow, they're actually so similar when I think about it. Bang. I'm not going to lie. I paused this for a second. And I'm trying to be positive here. I'm trying to give Semi his time. By the way, I know his name's Shemi, but I feel like we figured that out too late into his Boston tenure, so I just stuck with Semi. I feel like when he's hitting that corner three, it looks really good. Really fluid, strong base, nice quick release. But I feel like we saw him miss so many while he was here, so yeah, these highlights are going to make him look good, but we cannot be fooled. We did not lose a shooter as the Celtics. That looks good. He is strong, huh? I'm just looking at these guys. Kemba, Tatum, Tice, and then all of a sudden you see Semi, his shoulders are double the size. And one. Oh, he missed it. Okay. I've said it before when we've reacted to last year's Celtics highlights. It's weird seeing Kemba out there knowing he's not there anymore. Same with Tice. I know this is his career high highlights, but we should have just called this the Ojeleye corner compilation. Actually. That's all he is doing in this video, other than missing a layup and getting fouled. If this ends in a corner three, I swear to God. So, all right, my thoughts on Ojeleye. To be honest, on the podcast, on the channel, he's been the example of a guy that I'm bring in this new guy. He could take Semi's minutes, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure a lot of you guys are in my boat as well. But what I mean by that and why I've probably ragged on Semi, I guess, in the past, is simply because Ojeleye at times had to be your, 7th or 8th man. Meaning that, all of a sudden fans oh my God, I hate that 7th or 8th man. If Ojeleye was your 12th man, or was even your 10th man, I don't think anyone would be upset and be oh my God, he stinks. But the task and the responsibility that he was given, that was kind of forced onto him, I feel started to sour fans. And I'll be completely honest, I saw Semi go in there, and I feel the defense wasn't like it was back in 2018, and he started to shoot more and more, and every time he shot, I was oh, you're taking away a shot from probably anyone on the court being a better shooter than you. It starts to build on top of each other, and then finally you're oh, there's enough straws to break the camel's back. So yeah, when I think back on it, Semi got a bad rap. People really did rag on him because he was playing and forced to play more minutes than he probably should have, he's gonna go to Milwaukee now and probably play the perfect amount of minutes. People there will love him because he's gonna come in and grind, and maybe he'll take 1 or 2 threes a game, hopefully make one of them, and all of a sudden people in Milwaukee love him. But when you have Ojeleye coming in, right off the bench, first quarter type of minutes, and then jacking a 3 in which Jason Tatum barely touched the ball, that's where I started to get a little frustrated. So I think I hated Semi's role in comparison to his skill versus the actual player. So Semi, and again, I know it's Shemi, but yet you dropped that on us like last year. So Semi, I wish you well in Milwaukee. You're probably going to have your next career night against the Celtics because that's just how it works for the Celtics. So I look forward to that. But I wish you well in Milwaukee. And yeah, thanks for locking up Giannis in the playoffs a couple years back. I'll always remember that. If you guys like this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Comment down below what you think as well about Semi. You know, I feel like people might actually be so relieved that he's gone. Whereas me, I'm just relieved that they're not going to have to try and play him and try and fit him into the rotation now, you know? Like, I don't hate the guy. I don't hate the player. I hated his role and how much they believed in him because I just didn't see the growth year over year. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.